Where's north from here?
Alreet Trainers, I'm some Northern Guy, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Mrs. Northern Guy.
Hello!
And we are both insanely hyped for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, and I gotta say, they look amazing. You watched the direct when you were at work, I watched it when I was at work, and
None of us did much work today.
I've been distracted all freaking day. And they look so beautiful. They're based off the UK, which we're obviously British.
Yeah.
So big up us. And yeah, we're just hyped. So we wanted to go through the trailer, or we have been going through the trailer. We've watched it on repeat quite a few times. And there's some stuff we've both picked out that we kind of just want to have a bit of a ramble, just have a bit of a chat, a bit of a discussion, almost like a bit of a vlog type of video. And, a podcast type of video. And just chat it out, come up with some ideas, come up with some theories that we're going to make videos on further down the line, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to chat about it anyway. May as well record it.
Yeah, might as well. So, we've got a couple of photos just to go through to prompt us to talk about things. I'm going to show these up on the screen. I don't want to use footage, or I want to use as minimal, as little footage of the actual trailer as possible, just because of all copyright stuff and all that malarkey. So, first thing we want to look at is this image. Is the first shot of the trailer, and there's a lot going on. Like, look at the details of the clouds.
I know, and even like in the horizon, you can see.
Like the mountains.
I know that sounded weird.
You can see the horizon.
Yes, but look how much detail there is in the horizon. It looks like an actual horizon, just.
It is. This is something like the graphics and like the distance on this, like how far you can see the render distance, is, to me, it's not Breath of the Wild by a long shot, but I probably would compare this.
It's not that far away from Breath of the Wild.
It's not that far away, but it's nowhere near as big as Breath of the Wild. But I'd compare it to Super Mario Odyssey quite easily. You've seen me play that game. You know how big those maps are and that. But what I love is, look at the clouds. They're not just white fluffy clouds. That is exactly the type of scene I would expect to see if I walked outside on an average day in Britain.
No, it'd be raining.
But
Definitely be raining.
Okay, average summer day. Still be raining. Still be raining. There's not enough rain. 0 out of 10. Not enough water.
It's for one day when you think, yes, there's a little bit of sun. I might get my sun lounger out. And then you get outside and you realise, shit, that's a rain cloud.
Because this is the first shot of the trailer, it took my breath away. And just from this, we can see a Pokemon Center off in the distance there. I love how there's an overturned wheelbarrow. Just like...
Is that a wheelbarrow? I thought it was a cricket.
How... I can see
I'm putting my glasses on.
Yeah, put your glasses on, babe.
I thought it was a cricket.
To be fair, it kind of does look like a giant cricket Pokemon from this far away. I can see what you mean. But if I zoom in on that...
Oh, wow. Now I can actually see it. Oh, yeah, it's a wheelbarrow.
And there's actually some birds in the sky up there. Obviously they're Pokemon, but I wonder what they are. Considering it's the UK, I wouldn't be surprised if they were Pidgeys or Pidovs, like pigeons. We have a lot of pigeons in England.
Yeah. What's the one which I called KFC?
Spearow.
Spearow, it might be Spearow.
But this looks cool. I'm guessing this is this is going to be at least close to the starting town because it's Route 1.
Even the houses look very British.
They look extremely British. I look at this and get a very, not Victorian Britain, but very rural. Maybe.
Like in the countryside.
Yeah, in the countryside. I get a sort of Fable vibe off it.
Oh, do you get to kick chickens in this one as well?
Oh my god, Torchic kicking.
Oh, poor Torchic.
But it looks cool. We got like the stone, like the bridge, like the stone wall, and then the dirt track. And I'm guessing this is kind of either the starting town or it's close to the starting town. Right, moving on. I love this shot.
Oh, it's a windmill.
A beautiful shot. Got a nice little windmill. We've got the fletchling on the weather dial. And there's a bird's nest around the chimney. How British is that?
That is very British.
So I'm getting very, very fable type, very rural. Not exactly Victorian Britain, but like pre-modern Britain.
That does actually look like the Bursleton Windmill, which I used to visit.
Yeah, that's not far from us. I doubt it's the Bursleton Windmill.
It might be. It's a pretty good windmill.
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
What is that?
Right, now these stones keep popping up all over the place. They are quite everywhere in the region, I've noticed through the trailer, or at least this town.
Do you think that might be like a quest?
I think it's got something to do with the lore of it, definitely. All I'm seeing that is a W and thinking Waluigi confirmed for Smash Bros.
I thought it was Pikachu.
It could be Pikachu's tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. There's something to do with it, and I wonder if it's sort of like Stonehenge type thing. Well, yeah, we got...
Does that look like Stonehenge?
No. Isn't that where we got like the rock? Like we'll have like these weird rocks with runes on it and stuff around the region, and then there'll be somewhere that's based off Stonehenge, and it'll have something to do with the legendary and whatever. Now this isn't the same town as that, because the Pokemon Center's different. So this is the next town over. I think this is going to be the town with the first gym, because that is a big looking stadium in the middle of absolutely bloody nowhere. And if we zoom in on that real quick, I have it somewhere. Here we go. That's the same stadium. Again, one of those weird looking rocks. That looks like a leaf.
Grass type?
Grass type. Now I reckon that could be the grass type gym, but it does look like a really big...
So that's another one of them stones?
Yeah. It looks like a footy stadium. Now I know football was invented in England, but what I don't want is all the gyms to be like football stadiums.
See, I disagree with you. I don't think it looks like a football stadium because it's round.
No, but it's like a Pokemon version, innit? It's not like... Some footy stadiums are oval shaped. St Mary's is an oval, but it's got a rectangle.
It's a squoval.
A squoval.
A squoval.
A squangle. But see what I mean? So that is the same place. So this is... I really do think that's a gym. It's got like the sign outside and everything.
Oh yeah, I 100% think that's the gym.
So that's going to be a grass type gym. So first gym grass type, because it's got to be close to the start in town. I mean, look how similar that looks to that.
Yeah, it's...
So first gym grass type maybe?
Yeah, I think that will be a prediction.
I wonder, that could be quite unbalanced though, because if you choose... I mean, we'll get to the starters at the end, but if you choose the water starter...
You're fucked.
What I also like though, looking at like all this at the back, they're all like fields, and you drive through the British countryside and it is nothing but fields, in it, and you fly over in a plane, and all you can see is that very traditional, like the different squared off hedges and like fields and stuff when you fly over England, and it's just such a beautiful rendition of the British countryside that I love it. I know this probably won't happen. But if this is as open world as everyone is hoping it's going to be, which I don't think it is, imagine if you could just walk around all of this and discover Pokemon.
Everyone's packing round here. Farmers.
Everyone and their mums is packing round here. No, not catching that Pikachu then.
Oh no!
Right, and then we got the first look at the male trainer. I really like it. He looks like your typical British teenager, doesn't he? He's got like the ripped jeans on. He's got the checkered green shirt underneath, like the check shirt.
He's got his Dora Explorer backpack.
Like the polo, like that backpack annoys me because it's basically a suitcase with straps. It's massive.
Yeah, but everyone has that when they go on holiday.
True. Maybe he's gone on a holiday around the region.
Everyone does UK holidays. It seems to be the thing nowadays.
He has got a bucket and spade on top of his shelf.
We don't have many sand beaches in the UK.
We know, but that's such a British thing. Look at that radiator. That is the most British looking radiator I have ever seen.
How many radiators have you seen that look like that? Even ours don't look like that.
That is the most British looking bedroom I've ever seen. Look at the wardrobe.
Probably up north you have radiators like that, but down south we don't. We don't.
It's got the wardrobe with the doors in the bottom, and one door is a mirror. It's the most British looking room I've ever seen.
And everybody has stuck their stickers onto their wardrobe. That is, I don't know whether that's just a teenage thing, but I definitely did it.
They've also thrown useless crap up on the wardrobes as well.
Yeah. That actually looks like ours.
It does, to be fair. But I like it. I like the design of the trainers.
And it's got the blue carpet, which everyone seems to have in their house.
Pretty much. But no, it looks cool. I like the male trainer design, and that's the female trainer. She's rocking. Look at them DMs. She's rocking the Doc Martens.
Yes, girl.
She's got the tartan socks on. Tartan's quite because he's got the tartan shirt, the green check. She's got the socks, and her hat are also the same colour tartan. Which, by the way, that is my family tartan, the dark green check. That is my family's Scottish tartan. So, ba-boom,
Why are you
represent.
saying your family? I married you. I am now part of your family too.
Okay, that's our family tartan then.
Yeah.
Another wheelbarrow. Why do they think that everyone in the UK has a wheelbarrow outside their house?
Because you do.
Do we?
Especially up north. Mum's got one with a gnome.
Yorkshire, to be fair.
Yorkshire.
Hanging basket. Yeah, hanging baskets.
Everyone's got a hanging basket.
Everyone's got a hanging basket. Your mum has a hanging basket.
Say basket.
Basket.
No, it's
This
basket.
is not the time or place for that.
Do you reckon we'll have like different accents in the games? Like how, you know, when...
Like the text dialogue.
Yeah.
I really, really hope so. So we got this shot. I think this is near... Again, this is close to the starting town.
I thought you were going to say it looks like a lake then. I was like, well done.
Well, it is a lake. Beautiful starting town. Beautiful scenery, again, with the forest and everything. There's a forest coming up in a bit, like one of the photos. I wonder if it's the same forest or not. The Pokemon Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I question whether this is the trainer school. Because every game, the starting area has a trainer school teaching new players the basics. And I just wonder if that is the trainer school or not. Because you battle one of the trainers. Let me find her. There she is. School uniform. And she is outside that school. I haven't got the shot of you actually bumping into her, but she's stood overlooking that lake and that building. But can we just appreciate how British that school uniform is? Look at the tie.
Especially the length of the tie as well.
Yes, she's got a striped tie, and look at the length of it. That is so British school kid. Oh, I love it. Top buttons undone.
Well, she won't be a prefect.
My head of year will be having an absolute fit over that uniform from when I was at school. My teachers would be going mental.
So would mine.
I love it. It is brilliant. It's such... the character design is already fantastic.
I wish you hadn't got her blazer done up either.
No, I don't think that shirt's tucked in either.
Oh.
Someone's going to isolation.
And she looks like she's wearing some makeup as well. Oh.
I really love this trainer battle scene where they come together like that.
Pink and blue.
I love the pink and blue, and how even though she's just like some random route, because we've seen this for like gym leaders and stuff since like Gen 4, I think, maybe even Gen 3. But the fact she's just a random trainer and it's doing like a versus scene like that, I think that's brilliant. Right, Spooky Dark Forest.
Ooh.
Now we've got a couple of forests in Britain. We've got the New Forest. We've got the Forest of Dean.
The old forest.
The Old Forest. That's just down the road. It's all boarded up.
Don't you have like some famous ones up north, like in Nottingham?
Yeah, Sherwood Forest.
Sherwood.
There's the Peak District or the Lake District. That's a lot of that. It's just basically just a giant forest in the mountains and the lakes and everything. I like this. It looks creepy. I wouldn't expect this from a Pokemon game, and it's making me wonder what type of Pokemon would be in that forest.
Makes me wonder what's in the mist. It looks like we can see a sort of shadow of something.
I think it's just a hedge, but it does look like there's a few bits in there, like maybe a couple of people or a building. If I tilt the screen back,
sort of looks like a Chansey.
I see where you're coming from. It's just, just a general blob shape. Yeah.
It could be me in there.
No. The next shot we get is this city. Now, originally I thought this was meant to be London, because that looks like Big Ben, but it's not. It's Manchester.
Have you taken a good look at Big Ben before?
No. When the trailer was just on, it's like, oh, cool, like giant tower, looks like a clock. Thought it was meant to be London, like industrial London.
I see what you mean.
But it's not. It's industrial Manchester.
It does remind me of Amsterdam. That.
Does a bit actually.
See where I'm coming from?
I see where you're coming from. But do you remember that time we went to the Science Museum in Manchester?
Yes. Worth going.
Worth going if you're ever up there, by the way. It's great. But it's got the whole iron like train bridge and network running through the city. Everything is red brick. There's all the high-rise looking factory places. There's a steeple in Manchester that looks exactly like that. It's got the smoke, like this Coronation Street type chimneys, I like to call them, like on the roofs and stuff.
I'll take your word for it. I am not overly familiar with Manchester.
That is definitely looks like the old section of Manchester, not like the city centre. It looks like the Deansgate Locks and the Science Museum and all that. That is based off Manchester, easily.
Isn't this where you see one of Pokemon running on for Mill?
Yes. Yeah. Here we go. So this one, same city. There's the train or the tram or whatever going through the city on like through all the buildings on the track. Getting the train from like into Manchester, you do that. You're just on the tracks, and either side of you are right next to the buildings. You like snake your way through like the high rises and everything, and over the canals and stuff. Over the canal. Manchester's got really big canal networks. This is Manchester. This is industrial Manchester. I love it.
It does sort of remind me of the Hunger Games, because you go through the region and it's sort of like split into factions.
It does look like that from the big map, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be an interesting take on it.
I quite liked the Hunger Games.
It was alright. Random ice route, which
Where in the UK is that?
I don't know, because it's technically, if we're looking at it as the actual map of the region, it's in the north. But if you're looking at it as a map of the UK and you rotate it, it's like the Midlands. And I know the Midlands is a barren wasteland of hate, but I don't think it snows that much in Midlands. Okay, so next thing we get is the female trainer.
Back at the lake.
Back at the lake. Back at what could be the training school. Could be the professor's lab.
It does look like a very nice conservatory where you could have afternoon tea.
It has got a nice little conservatory there. Big thing everyone's going to be... A lot of people will be happy to see, especially the ones who didn't really like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Wild battles are back. So
yes.
you walk through the grass, you find a wild Pokemon and you battle it. And they've also got the creeping thing they had. So the creeping thing is back, wild battles are back, and she finds a Pikachu. And just look how crisp it looks against that background. And she's got a Minccino, or a Mincino. I think it's Minccino, but it's spelled Mincino. And it's like a little chinchilla Pokemon from Gen 5.
Cappuccino!
Yeah, cappuccino. It's hyper as hell, so it probably drinks a lot of coffee.
My type of Pokemon.
So, two things we learned from this. Wild Pikachu near the start of the game.
Nice.
And Minccino near the start of the game, possibly.
I want a Minccino. That does actually sound like my Starbucks order.
Can I have a Grande Minccino with soy? I don't do coffee. I walk into Starbucks and ask for a tea, and they look at me like I've walked into their house and slapped the kids.
On our first day off, we met in Starbucks, and you ordered a cup of tea, and I thought, what are you doing? Why would you come to a coffee shop with so many amazing coffees and order a freaking tea?
Because I don't like coffee.
Oh, you're so northern.
Now this is what I am saying, this is a football stadium. Look at the pitch, look at the fans. So we've got two shots at that there. The Lucario is in a battle against a Tyranitar. I don't have a picture of the Tyranitar, but he's battling a Tyranitar.
It looks like a cricket field. It's the shape of it and the lines that are making me think it's a cricket field.
I see what you mean, and when we get to the kid dressed in the kit, I guess it could be anything, the kit that he's wearing.
Because cricket is quite British.
It is a very British sport, but don't forget we also invented football. We're pretty shit at it, but we invented it.
But in Britain there's the Rose Bowl, which is quite famous.
There's the Aegeus Bowl. It's pretty big.
Is it? Yeah, it's the Aegeus Bowl now.
Oh, is it the same thing? It's changed, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, England cricket is quite a British sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could be cricket, it could be footy. The point is, he's in a sports stadium. Look at the pitch. Like I said, he's battling a Tyranitar. It was that image, but for some reason it hasn't worked for us, but I will have it in the video. I don't know. I'm going to have to say it's a football stadium.
No.
Because there's cheering in the trailer, and it's like football crowd cheering. It's not... You don't cheer at a cricket match like that. It's like football chanting. It's some form of sporting arena.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that. I think it's meant to be Wembley. Is it that grass gym? I'm not sure. I hope it's not. But the fact that it's a Lucario battling a Tyranitar in there, I don't think it's that grass gym.
No.
Which is now making me worry that all the gyms are going to be based off football stadiums or sporting arenas, and there'll be a rock gym that has a Tyranitar or something.
But I guess if it was like that, Pokemon would be branching out to people who wouldn't usually play Pokemon, like you football fans. I know I'm stereotyping here.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
But for people who like to play FIFA and bits like that, if they can see, oh, there's a football stadium in there and marketing towards us, they might pick up a copy of the game.
I'm curious what people think. Let us know, guys, down in the comments. What do you reckon this stadium thing is? Do you think it's a gym? Do you think it's a footy? Do you think it's cricket? Do you think it's baseball? Whatever it is, could be rugby, whatever. What do you think all this is about? Let us know in the comments. Right, now.
It's pink!
The room's pink, but there's a Munchlax. Now this confirms that there's those radiators again. This confirms. You don't need 2 radiators in a fireplace in the same room.
Oh, we've got 2 radiators in our living room.
But we don't have a fireplace.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anywho, main point. That's a Munchlax.
Well spotted.
But it's out its Pokeball. It's in the overworld. So, Pokemon in the overworld confirmed, but does it mean it's following us?
Might not, because even in Sun and Moon, they had the Meowth running around the house.
Exactly. Now, what I want to know is, we know the Switch can have Pokemon following you. We've seen it in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It can do it. Will they do it in this? We haven't seen it yet, but it could be the big thing they're saving up for, because they've got... It's the end of February. These games are coming out at the end of November. They've got a big chunk of the year to they'll build hype and spread stuff out and slowly release information. We usually get like a big trailer every month or something like that. So...
I think they will. They can't just give it to us for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and then take it away from
I
us.
think they will. I think it'll be there in some form. It might only be certain Pokemon. I think the Switch can handle it. I really think it can. If it can handle Breath of the Wild, it can handle this type of size Pokemon game and have Pokemon following you.
Yeah.
Definitely. So maybe Let's Go was a test for that.
It might have been.
It really might have been. And Let's Go did lag sometimes when you had bigger Pokemon out your Pokeballs and stuff, especially if you did 2-player. So...
Oh, with the Blissey.
With the waiting for Blissey.
Oh no, it wasn't Blissey, was it? Clefairy.
Oh, and it's chasing you.
Yeah.
Like the Clefable, it's like, hug me.
I thought it was Gen 1.
So maybe we might see that. Just like some weird abstract art. I wonder if there's going to be like little things from Banksy knocking around and things like that.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
I love how we've even got like daisies on the pillow.
The level of detail is ridiculous. Look at the books and everything. They've got like a little cactus and a photo frame. More crap on top of the stuff.
If it was truly British, they'd have some cress on the windowsill.
There's still time. Right, moving on. We have the Ice City. Now this is up near the very top of the region before we get to the London-looking type bit.
It looks very Christmassy.
It looks extremely Christmassy. So this to me says Ice Gym. There's going to be an Ice Gym. They won't have a whole area and a whole city that's like this and not have an Ice type gym.
Yeah.
Also, I think Manchester, Steel type gym.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. So Grass, Ice and Steel, 3 of the types. Easy. These flags are interesting. They're different crests and different colours. Now Link Cable was pointing out that... Oh god, I've rotated it. Link Cable was pointing out that there's 3 flags that you've seen. There's a crown. There's like I think it's like a gate and like a gear. So it could be 3 factions. It could very much be like the Hunger Games or Divergent or something type thing. Everyone's divided or whatever. It could be like 3 houses, like 3 royal families ruling the region or whatever. Could be a bit of Game of Thrones inspired. I mean, Game of Thrones' world is based off the UK.
They could be gym badges.
They could be gym badges. Ooh.
On to something now.
Look at you with the theories.
Not just a pretty face.
And this looks very Terrace House London. Do you know when you see like just the...
Like Harrods sort of thing.
Yeah. It really does. So, and it is near the London city, like the London themed area of the region. There's this big building up here, which we'll get to in another shot. Could possibly be a gym. We don't know. I'm hoping the gyms are like Gen 5 and Gen 6, where they don't all look the same. They're all different types of buildings.
This building here, which you're talking about, it doesn't sort of fit with the other houses.
Yeah.
It looks like a Greek style house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a sorority house.
Yeah.
So I think that might be a gym.
Could be something different. We don't know, but it's something.
Yeah.
It's something important.
It is something.
Next, we got a mine.
Oh, you'll feel right at home.
For God's sake. I knew you'd say that. It's not a coal mine, though. It's gems. Look, we got sapphires, rubies, emeralds, shout out Gem 3. Could be diamonds and pearls, maybe? Clutching at straws here.
Pearls do not grow underground. You muppet.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. But yeah, anyway, it's a mine. It's got the minecart tracks.
Definitely mine.
Definitely a mine. Wonder what part of the region that's going to be in.
The north.
Let's be honest, it's probably in the north bit.
Oh, you love your mines up there.
Oh dear. Now this I find really interesting. So these images are pretty much shot for shot, like one after the other. I love this. Now we have these, the like sandstone chalk. The chalk in the hillside, and we have stuff like this all over the UK on the hills. There's loads of them, and I cannot remember which one it is, but there is a really famous one that in the war. So the Germans wouldn't bomb it. They painted it green so they couldn't see it against the hillside.
Really, that was clever.
Really clever, because otherwise it just stuck out, and they'd know where the village was and all that, so they'd bomb it. Anywho, I love this. These are all over the UK, and that has got to be some kind of Pokemon. Maybe a legendary. It's got the sun next to it. It's got all these little things dancing around it as well. Maybe smaller
it looks
Pokemon.
like sort of electric bolts as well.
It does. Possibly a legendary, possibly something we know already. It doesn't look like a Pokemon I know of. The only thing I could think of is Xurkitree from Gen 7, but
It looks like
that's a stretch.
my attempt at a self-portrait.
But I love that. That's so cool. What an amazing little... That's something important. It's got to be something to do with a legendary or something.
And look over here.
The stones.
The stones.
The stones are back. What do the stones mean?
They're going to be like nothing.
They're going to be now. It's just going to be like... what's the word? Not architecture. Just design.
And there's some beautiful benches, and we have some pretty good benches.
Big up, we are clutching at straws here. Big up benches.
Everyone likes a bench. And you can get a bench named after yourself. So I wonder if you click on them, it will be named after someone.
That'd be really sweet. That's quite a
would.
popular thing to do in the UK. It is usually for people who've passed away, like in memory of them.
Yeah.
But there could be some really nice little...
Professor Oak.
Like, shout, Professor Oak! Oh God! This got dark.
Oh, we've killed him off already.
So this is that Ice City again. That's that building we were on about. Now that I look at that, that looks like a train station.
Yeah, it does. From far away, it looked like a sorority type of building.
Yeah. Maybe there is a lot when you look at the map, and I'm gonna do the map in another video and really look into the details on it. That does look like a train station, and there are a lot of train tracks on that map.
I thought
And
you were going to say there's a lot of train stations in London. I was like,
well, there's a lot.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there are rail network in Britain. Didn't we invent the bloody railways as well? I'm sure we did. We are great. Like the whole vibe I get from this game and like reading about the info and looking at the direct is that this region is about people and Pokemon working together to have an industry boom. It's very much the Industrial Revolution, but Pokemon. And we invented the railways in the Industrial Revolution and all that crap.
I don't think we invented the railway.
Okay, not invented the railway, but the trains were such a huge part of that era.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Victorian Britain was all about steam. Like, the steam train was just the machine. Like,
It still is the machine. Have you seen the Hogwarts Express?
cool, then we got the dude in the mine, that's where I belong.
Christmas!
Does look quite pretty and Christmassy, doesn't it? Right, now this is interesting. We've got the female trainer, and I think this is that building that I thought was the trainer school. Because she stood outside it there, it's that building. I think that is the same building on the inside.
Well, it does look like a library.
Yeah, it looks like a library, but this looks very... Are they growing tomatoes in there?
It looks like a weed farm.
It looks like a weed farm. It looks like a greenhouse inside. It looks like they're growing tomatoes or something. I think this is the professor's lab. There's like a desk over there and like a chalkboard with like a school board with writing on it, like calculations and stuff, maybe? I reckon that's the professor's lab, and I think it is that. I think that is the professor's home.
He's got one hell of a mortgage if that's his lab.
Could be a she.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
That's a little bit sexist now.
We've not had a female professor since Gen 5, so...
Well,
nice.
about time we should.
And the last couple of ones. This is the kid walking into the stadium. That could be a footy kit. That could be a baseball kit. It could be cricket.
He's got his lubes on, though.
His Louboutins.
Red soles.
It looks like Wembley because it's got the closing roof and the thing at the top. But again, I wonder if it is that grass
But it
gym.
also looks like Lord's because that has the closing top.
Yeah. So it could be cricket, it could be football. Either way, it's got like this logo. I think that is the new gym logo. So maybe this is a gym.
It might be like the final league.
Oh, the Pokemon League.
Yeah.
Oh, if the Pokemon League was like Wembley. Oh! Oh, yes, Mrs. Northern Guy.
Yes.
That could be. And you battle the Elite Four and the champion in front of a massive crowd. Mate. That could be the Pokemon League. Maybe that is just...
And you would wear your lubes to a thing like that, wouldn't you? You want to look your best.
Maybe that's just character customization and you've got a kit that's like a sports kit. Like a gear. And I don't know why he's not wearing his bag, but maybe for whatever reason you can turn your bag on and off, perhaps?
And Louboutin are doing trainers now as well.
Do you not think that looks like...
Ignored.
They're not Louboutins!
They are!
Do you not think his right hand looks like he's wearing a glove?
Zoom in on it. Yeah, he is wearing a glove.
He's wearing a glove on his right hand.
Golf.
I was going to say, what gauge you wear one glove? Golf. Is there a sport other than golf where you'd wear one glove?
I don't know.
This is also interesting. I would love it if that is the Pokemon League, though. And you battle the Elite Four in a big stadium like that.
That would be amazing.
That would be a that'd be brilliant. Oh my god.
I can't believe you didn't think about that.
I can't believe I didn't think about that. But I don't know. As long as all the gyms aren't football stadiums, I'm happy. But that first one we saw, that's got to be a grass gym.
Oh yeah.
Got to be. So, that's the end of the images I've got, say, for us to look at. But we also got to talk about the starters.
Score Bunny.
Let's start with Score Bunny. So we got that clip of him running around what I'm saying is the Manchester City, and he's running up the gears and the cogs and everything. But what do you think of Score Bunny? What's your opinion on Score Bunny, first of all? Well, like finally the starters.
You know me, I'm not a die-hard Pokemon fan. So I tend to choose my Pokemon on cuteness.
That's alright.
And I think that Bunny is pretty cute.
He does, or she does, or it does look pretty damn awesome. They look great. Like, all three of them look brilliant. What type do you think it's going to be when it evolves?
Just off like a gut feeling, I think it's going to be fire electric.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be really interesting. I think...
It'd be like the Duracell Bunny.
the Energizer Bunny and the Duracell Bunny
Yes.
just keep going. I think... Initially, I said firefighting.
It does look like how it's drawn does look like a sort of kung fu kick.
It does. And it's got like the patch on its nose like a bandage. I have a theory that they're all based on sport, because I think sport is quite big in Britain, and I think they're going to be based off either sport or some form of physical activity. So I think Score Bunny is meant to be based off football, like a footballer. So I would say fire fighting, but maybe Could be fire ground because it's a rabbit. They live underground, or like they build the burrows underground where they sleep. I don't know. I'm gonna say either firefighting or fire ground, and you think fire electric.
Yeah.
Fire electric would be really, really cool. And then we have Grookey.
Right, we're having a bit of an argument.
It's not a pig.
It's definitely a pig.
Look at it. It's the grass chimp Pokemon. They even say it on the website that it's a chimp. It's a monkey.
Yeah, but with its little ears, I think it looks like a pig.
It could be a pig monkey.
Pig monkey.
I'll meet you in the middle at pig monkey. How about that?
Yeah.
It's got a face like Rowlet's, to be fair.
It does.
It really does look like Rowlet's face. I like him. He's currently my favourite of the three, but not by much.
He is cute.
I love his little stick. His design's cool. I just wish it wasn't a monkey because we already have Chimchar. And we don't need another monkey. And if this thing ends up looking a lot like Infernape, I'm going to be really annoyed because I want something original. Which is why I don't want firefighting.
He's just no Bulbasaur though, is he?
He's not. But he's cute. He's awesome.
He looks like he's waving.
It does. And I think he's based off cricket. He's meant to represent cricket or a cricketer. Because in the trailer, he's got his little stick that's in his hair. He can pull that out and like use it as a weapon. And he's stumping it on the ground like a cricketer would stump his bat. Like he's hitting the ground with it. So I think he's meant to be football and cricket, really. And then we have Sobble.
I'm in love with Sobble.
I love him so much.
He's so cute.
Sobble needs to be protected.
He does.
He's a timid little lizard. His Sobble is a combination of sob and bubble, which is just the most heartbreaking thing.
I just want to keep him.
He's so cute. Water lizard. We've already got a lizard. It's Charmander, but we can live with it.
Charmander is not a Sobble.
He's
though.
not a Sobble lizard. He can turn invisible in the trailer.
I want one.
So I think he's going to be possibly water psychic, but I think water poison. Definitely water poison.
I think water poison.
If he's a lizard. And there was actually 3 starters revealed a while ago as fake ones. And it was a grass lemur, a fire rabbit, and a water poison platypus. And we have a grass monkey, a fire rabbit, and a lizard. I think they might have actually been early concept, and for some reason they dropped the platypus and went with the lizard. Because as soon as I saw the rabbit, I was fully expecting a platypus.
To be fair, if you put like a platypus beak on Sobble, it would be a platypus.
If you put a platypus beak on a lot of things, it would look like a platypus.
You know where I'm coming from, though.
I know where you're coming from. So I'm going water poison, definitely.
Yeah.
He does look a lot like a mudkip.
I was thinking that.
Because it's got the fin on the top. But I going back to like the sport or the physical activity thing, I think he's meant to be yoga. Because he's like the more introvert, when he jumps out the fountain in the trailer, he does a little yoga pose when he's sat down. And then he gets scared away by Grookey. So I reckon football, cricket and yoga. Because they're like physical activities. And I think that's what they're going to be based off. I like him. I really like him.
I can't wait for him to bring out the plushies.
Oh my god, yes. Can we get a Sobble plush?
Yes.
We are definitely getting a Sobble plush. I
need him in my life.
I am torn between Grookey and Sobble.
Well, I'm set on Sobble.
It's going to come down to the evolutions for me. I'm not feeling Scorbunny, and the only reason I'm not feeling Scorbunny is because I usually choose fire. And
But the poor little bunny, though.
You pick the bunny then.
No, Sobble was mine.
See, if we had 2 Nintendo Switches, I wouldn't choose Sobble, because then we could battle each other. But seeing as we don't, and we can't battle each other, then I might choose Sobble as well. We'll see.
Oh, well, my birthday is coming up, so if you want to get me a Switch.
Would you want a Switch for your birthday?
Oh, either that or some loops.
I will see if I can get you a Switch for your birthday. Would you play any of the games?
No, but I would wear some loops.
Oh my god. We'll talk about it later. So, that's pretty much I guess everything we've wanted to, we could find and wanted to talk about.
And if you're still listening after our rambles,
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour, so if you've stuck with us, then thank you very much. There's some good videos we can make from this.
yeah,
I've got some good theories floating around. I think you have as well.
I do.
We can do a couple videos.
You might see me back.
She might be returning.
You might lose some subscribers.
I might gain some subscribers. You never know.
Oh.
Anyways, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with a friend. And make sure you click the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and you can stay up to date with all of my uploads and what I'm getting up to on these social media platforms. I want to give a huge thank you to my lovely wife, Mrs. Northern Guy, for joining me on this video. Been a lot of fun talking about Pokemon with you for an hour straight.
I know.
Hopefully the actual video edited is not an hour long, but if it is, you guys are awesome for making it this far.
Yeah, good on you. You actually deserve a medal.
Are you excited for Sword and Shield?
You don't say sword again.
Sword.
You keep going sword.
I know, and I was doing it to take the mic and it stuck. Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Sword, and Pokemon Shield.
I am very excited for them, and I can't wait for my little Sobble.
Oh, he looks so cute.
I just want a plush of him now.
Let us know what you guys think of the games down in the comments section. And yeah, let me know if you're going to get Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield and what starter you are going to pick. I'll see you all in the next video. She might as well, but until then, keep training and have a good one. See you later.